Plato, one of the most influential philosophers in Western history, left behind profound teachings that continue to resonate. Here are 9 life lessons derived from his work. 1. The pursuit of truth explanation. Plato's philosophy is rooted in the belief that truth is not always apparent in the physical world. He introduced the theory of forms, where he posited that beyond our physical world lies a realm of perfect, unchanging ideas or forms. For example, a physical chair is just an imperfect representation of the ideal form of a chair. Plato encourages us to look beyond the surface, question our assumptions, and strive to understand the underlying truths that govern reality. This pursuit of truth is crucial in leading a meaningful life. Plato emphasized that true knowledge comes from understanding eternal truths, not just the material world. He believed in the existence of higher forms or ideals, suggesting that we should strive to seek deeper understanding and wisdom beyond appearances. 2. The allegory of the cave explanation. The allegory of the cave, found in Plato's Republic, illustrates how humans can be trapped in ignorance, mistaking shadows for reality. The story describes prisoners who have lived chained inside a cave their entire lives, facing a blank wall. They watch shadows projected on the wall, created by objects behind them, and believe these shadows constitute the entirety of reality. When one prisoner escapes and sees the real world, he realizes the limitations of his previous understanding. This allegory teaches us about the importance of intellectual and spiritual awakening. It's a call to break free from our limitations, question what we know, and seek a deeper understanding of life. In his famous allegory, Plato describes prisoners in a cave who only see shadows and believe them to be reality. This teaches us about the importance of enlightenment and the need to question our perceptions to discover the true nature of reality. 3. The value of education explanation. Plato viewed education as the process of guiding individuals toward the light of truth. In his work, he argued that education should not merely be about filling minds with information, but about leading souls out of ignorance. He believed that true education involves the cultivation of virtues and wisdom, helping individuals to become enlightened and to realize their potential. Education, according to Plato, is the foundation for a just and virtuous society, as it develops individuals who can think critically, act ethically, and contribute positively to the community. Plato believed that education is essential for personal and societal development. He argued that a well-rounded education helps individuals understand justice, goodness, and the nature of the soul, leading to a more virtuous life. 4. The concept of justice explanation. For Plato, justice was not just a matter of laws or social agreements, but was rooted in the very nature of the soul and society. He divided the soul into 3 parts: reason, spirit, and appetite. Justice in an individual means that these 3 parts are in harmony, with reason ruling, spirit supporting reason, and appetite being controlled. Similarly, justice in society involves each class, rulers, warriors, and producers, fulfilling its proper role. This concept teaches us that personal and social harmony comes from everyone and everything functioning in accordance with their true nature and purpose. Plato's concept of justice goes beyond legal systems. It's about harmony within the individual and society. He taught that a just person is one whose soul is balanced and who acts according to reason, spirit, and appetite in a harmonious way. 5. The importance of the soul explanation. Plato believed that the soul is eternal and more important than the body. He saw the body as a temporary vessel, while the soul is the essence of a person, destined for an existence beyond physical life. This belief is central to his philosophy of ethics, where he argues that we should care for our souls by living virtuously. By practicing virtues like wisdom, courage, moderation, and justice, we ensure that our souls remain pure and are prepared for the afterlife. This focus on the soul encourages us to live a life that is not just concerned with material success but with moral and spiritual fulfillment. Plato emphasized the immortality of the soul, believing that our actions in this life affect our soul's destiny. He taught that cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, and temperance is essential for the well-being of the soul. 6. The role of philosophers' explanation. In the Republic, Plato presents the idea of the philosopher king, a ruler who governs not out of a desire for power, but out of a love for wisdom and a commitment to the common good. Philosophers, he argued, are best suited to rule because they seek knowledge of the true forms of justice, beauty, and the good. This lesson suggests that leadership should be based on wisdom and virtue rather than personal ambition or the pursuit of power. It also underscores the importance of having leaders who are dedicated to the well-being of all, guided by a deep understanding of justice and morality. Plato argued that philosophers, due to their pursuit of truth and wisdom, are best suited to lead society. This idea is embodied in his concept of the philosopher king, who rules not for personal gain but for the good of all. 7. The power of dialogue explanation. Plato's use of dialogues in his writings reflects his belief in the power of conversation and debate to uncover truth. Rather than presenting his ideas as unquestionable truths, he used dialogues to explore different perspectives and challenge assumptions. This method teaches us the value of engaging in thoughtful, respectful discourse with others, as a means of refining our ideas and reaching a deeper understanding. It encourages open-mindedness, critical thinking, and the willingness to consider other viewpoints, which are essential for personal growth and collective problem-solving. Plato often used dialogues to explore philosophical ideas. This method highlights the importance of discussion and debate in reaching a deeper understanding of complex issues. It teaches us to be open to different perspectives. The ideal state explanation. Plato's vision of the ideal state is one where individuals perform roles that align with their natural abilities and inclinations. He believed that a well-ordered society is one where everyone contributes according to their strengths, and where the rulers are wise and just. This ideal state is not just about efficient governance, but about creating a society where people live harmoniously and are able to realize their full potential. It teaches us the importance of social structures that allow for individual fulfillment while promoting the common good. In the Republic, Plato outlines his vision of an ideal state where individuals perform roles suited to their nature and abilities. This teaches us about the importance of social harmony and the idea that everyone has a specific place in society that contributes to the greater good. 9. The transience of material wealth explanation. Plato often warned against the dangers of pursuing wealth and material possessions. He believed that a focus on material wealth distracts us from the pursuit of true wisdom and virtue. In his view, material goods are impermanent and do not contribute to the true happiness or fulfillment of the soul. Instead, he advocated for a life dedicated to intellectual and spiritual growth, where the pursuit of knowledge and virtue is prioritized over the accumulation of wealth. This lesson encourages us to focus on what truly matters in life and to seek lasting fulfillment through the cultivation of our inner selves. Plato warned against the pursuit of material wealth, believing it distracts from the pursuit of true wisdom and virtue. He taught that a life focused on accumulating wealth is shallow and ultimately unsatisfying, encouraging us to prioritize spiritual and intellectual growth instead. These expanded lessons from Plato offer profound insights into living a life centered on truth, justice, education, and spiritual growth. They encourage us to strive for wisdom, to engage in meaningful dialogue, and to prioritize the health of our souls over the fleeting allure of material success.